Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Truck Podcast. Jerry Curl bringing you today's episode. Super excited for this week. Going to see many of down there in Louisville, Kentucky at Matt's Mid-America Truck Show Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. We can't wait to see you. It's going to be super fantastic. We love you. We appreciate you. You show up all the time for us. We're going to keep showing up for you as well. Many of you have asked, you know what? We'll be there all 3 days. Walking around. We'll be hanging around the show trucks. You'll be able to find us. We'll have our branded clothing on. You'll see us. You'll find us. Don't worry. And you can always find us on the web at beyondthetruck.com, or you can email us at thrive@beyondthetruck.com. And, we'll be talking about that ECM, the emotional control module, the one that drives your engine, the one that drives you, your personality, because I want to really spend some time identifying that old software. Your internal operating system is not accidental. It's been programmed over these decades with all these data points we put in that are because of our environment, our thoughts, experiences. They just keep running in your head. And for all you professionals, I'm going to tell you, it comes from that long hours of isolation, the pressure, the survival mode, all the decisions you have to make all day, every mile, every day. Here's reality. That program is outdated by now, isn't it? I'm going to remind you, last week we talked about your cell phones and your iPads and how often is all that stuff updated? Yeah, it'll update at night. You don't even know it. Well, guess what? Ours doesn't automatically. We got to pay close attention to that. So this one here, I want to make sure we build some awareness to some of that limiting belief that's outdated, that holds you back from the women, the men that you're called, the professionals that you are called to be. So before you can upgrade it, we have to identify it, don't we? We have to do the hard work. What's running in the background? What is really running in the background? The thoughts on repeat, your actions on autopilot, the beliefs creating the invisible ceilings. There's no ceilings here. Your life is limitless. It's you that puts the limits on there. You are the only thing that stands in your way. Today, it's about awareness. Awareness of creating what's in your way, what's limiting you, what's stopping you from creating the transformation that you so well deserve. So let's get driving into it. You're rolling down the highway, everything feels normal, right? Trucks moving, everything's going along, just bam, guess what happens? Check engine light comes on, doesn't it? Then you give it some attention. Here's the truth. That light just doesn't mean something's broke, right? It means something's been developing quietly over time, right? Wearing out or something's been aligning to go wrong. Maybe it's your injector. Maybe you're not firing on all the cylinders now. Maybe it's low voltage. Maybe it's poor connection somewhere. Yeah. The warning lights. Your ECM's the same way. But you know what? We weren't built with no check engine light, were we? We have no warning lights. So it's your mind, your stress, the anger, the fatigue, frustration, disconnection, isolation, loneliness. These aren't random, are they? No, every single human being deals with them. These are the signals from your internal operating system, your ECM. Don't ignore it. Today, we're not ignoring any check engine lights, so let's get pulled over. Open the hood and run on full diagnostics on you. Let's get underneath your hood and find out what's holding you back. What's got you sitting alongside the shoulder today? What's making your check engine light flicker? Why you feel stuck? Why you react this way? Why you think this way? You didn't wake up one day thinking, I'm going to be where I'm at today. It's just from the decades that I tell you that we went through this and we just kept pouring data in. Well, over time, that data becomes unuseful, becomes old, doesn't it? Everything wears out. Everything has a decline in life. Your engine, your oil, your tires, trees. I don't care what it is. Your system's been programmed over the years. It needs to be updated. You're not limited. They're not holding you back. You're holding yourself back. You're sitting on the shoulder right now with a check engine light on that only you know what's going on. You run the diagnostics. It could be childhood experiences, work environments, relationship failures, maybe even wins. The seduction of winning. Oh yeah, I got it now. I succeeded. Then you give up, quit doing what you did to achieve that. The repetition of negative thoughts. Yeah, that's another one. The hamster on the wheels, I call it. You know, I want to be honest. Who doesn't have tight schedules anymore? Who doesn't have limited sleep, high stress, long hours? We all do. We all do. Yours is, I would say, extreme. Yours is higher. Yours is more common. That's the programming that's been built. That's the pattern. The patterns become. Then you say, that's just the way it is. That's my life. It becomes your thought, your beliefs. Your beliefs become your actions. Actions do what? Become your habits. Habits form your identity, right? I'll bet you've never heard that but a million times by now. Your current identity may be running on outdated software. That's what it is. Don't identify who you were. You're not a prisoner of your past. You're a product of the present. And you're a fortress for your future. You hold your future. You, only you hold your future. I want to get you off this autopilot cruise control mode. Have you ever noticed, do you react before you think? Come on. Do you respond or do you react? That's emotional intelligence, emotional awareness. Do you assume things or do you wait to understand them? Do you process them? Tough one, isn't it? You shut down instead of opening up. When things get tough and you should open up and communicate instead of shut down and let things build up till you blow up. You default to stress instead of control. You know, our bodies were hardwired for a lot of that negativity, anger, fear, stress. Yeah. Your ECM is the script running. Your ECM is the script. The script is inside the ECM. That's the programming. Nothing's going to change. It is what it is. It's trucking. It's always been this way. It's who I am. I want to get direct with you. Trucking is your industry. Lifestyle is you. That is up to you. Your health is your lifestyle. Trucking is an industry. No different than any other industry. Your healthcare is your lifestyle. How long do you want to live? How long do you want to live? Look at your family, and I want you to ask yourself, am I going to be here every day possible? Am I doing everything possible today to be here every day possible for my family? Be truthful. Because there's no special code here. I can't, hey, I'll give you this code and punch this code in your phone, you'll live longer. No. The truth is, the only one going to do the work is you, and nobody's coming to show up for you to do it. You know what you got to do. But not until you identify it and you admit it, you get truthful, build some of that self-worth in you, some self-trust. If you can't trust yourself, who will trust you? And if you can't trust yourself, why would you trust anybody else? What thoughts are running repeat in your head? The negative self-talk, the doubt, the fear, the comparison? Ask yourself, honestly, not emotionally, not objectively, am I able to run a full system audit? Am I able to really run a full system audit and download and delete some of this? What are my repeats? What do I reinforce in my mind? I'm a failure, that's just the way it is. What reactions become automatic? What are they? You shut down and when you're overwhelmed, what do you do when you're stressed? If I squeezed you, what came out? You know, when you raise the bucket out of the water well, guess what comes out? What's in the well? You squeeze the orange, what comes out of the orange? What's in the orange? What comes out of you when you get squeezed? I'm going to ask you that again. What comes out of you when you get squeezed? When you raise the bucket out of the well, what comes out of the well? is in that bucket. What's in your bucket? Anger, negativity, fear, isolation, loneliness. These are the things that limit your growth, limit your life, limit your health care. The hamster on the wheel. I don't have time. It's not my job. It's the way it always is. It'll never change. I've gone too far. Come on. I tell you, when you hear never, always, nobody, everybody, can't, won't, this is negativity speaking in your mind. And if it's people in your life, then you need to remove them or remind them that that's not where you're staying. Your proximity will either drain you or help you gain in life. Drain life or add life. Gain life or drain life. What environment is reinforcing the wrong code? What environment is reinforcing the wrong code? If you're stuck where you're at, something's reinforcing the wrong code. Is it a person? Is it more than one? Find a new circle. What you consume mentally and physically, what you surround yourself with, what you watch, what you listen to, these are all things that I tell you that help reinforce what runs in your mind. If it's the wrong code, you'll listen to the wrong things. The wrong things reinforce the wrong code. And then you come in agreement with them. Then that's how you live your lifestyle. Your environment feeds your system. Your environment nurtures your culture. Your awareness becomes the turning point. Your self-awareness becomes that turning point. Here's where everything starts shifting. When you're able to admit it. When you're able to admit what's going on. You got the strength? Admit it. Most people skip this step because they're afraid to admit it. They want results. They want discipline. They want motivation. They want everything. But guess what? They don't want the awareness. Without the awareness, you lack the foundation. Because that awareness requires accountability. Look in that self-worth mirror. The person that can't lie to you is looking back at you. You can't fix what you refuse to face. I want to be clear on that. You will not fix what you're afraid to face. Look in that mirror. Step boldly. The mirror of accountability will become your self-worth mirror. Awareness is not weakness. Awareness is leadership. You're fostering guidance in your own life, and you're influencing the people around you if you like it or not. It's saying, you know what? That's what's running in the background. That's what's broken. That's what's outdated. That's what needs to change. That's not who I am anymore. Without judgment, without excuses, just the damn truth. Because one day you'll see clearly that you can no longer, you won't be able to unsee it. It'll be so clear, you will say, how did I even operate before? You don't know how good you feel until you feel good. And that's where transformation begins. Once you transform, you're unable to go back. Your mind shifts forever. The analogy we can relate to is the caterpillar and the butterfly, right? The butterfly never goes back to a caterpillar. Pretty simple. Yeah, that fuel transforms into energy, fuel, horsepower. It don't ever go back, does it? Nope. When it's burnt, it's gone forever. Same thing here. So here's your standard. The driver's standard going forward. Don't ignore the warning lights. Quit ignoring the warning lights. You know what warning light's on. You have the ability to see. You got vision. You're fostering guidance. You're the leader. You don't operate blind. Your system will not run without the proper understanding. I'm telling you. You have to understand. You have to process. You have to build self-awareness. You know, the most intelligent people aren't the ones that succeed the most. It's the ones that build the most emotional intelligence. IQ helps you. EQ elevates you. Your emotional intelligence, EQ, to be able to process all the thoughts, all the data coming in. They all don't get a vote. No. It controls and creates your direction, doesn't it? Yeah. Awareness creates your control. Yes, it does. It's your thoughts, your reactions, your inputs, your environment. All that stuff plays a role. Sounds like a lot, isn't it? Well, it is a lot. And that's what creates your destiny. because they become your decisions. And them decisions are creating your destiny. Every decision becomes a brick in your foundation. Every brick helps build that foundation. Every single one. Don't waste them. Soon, that foundation would become a castle. What's yours going to look like? It starts with one decision, one thought. Yeah. Today is about seeing everything. No, it's not. It's not about seeing everything. I just want you to start noticing some things. So it's not about changing everything. It's about just creating awareness. It's sit in silence, reflect. Identify one thought today, one reaction, one belief that no longer serves you. That's a good starting point. Because, if you're able to get out one thought, one action, one reaction, one belief, just think about where you'd be in a month. Think about where you'd be in 2 or 3 months. 90 less negative thoughts, 90 opportunities to be better, 90 bricks in your foundation. That's a great starting point. Because I want to remind you, you can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. So look at yourself. Audit yourself right now. Are you happy with where you're at? I'll bet not. Even if you're succeeding at a high level, why would you be happy with where you're at? You reach your goal? Maybe you were pretty reserved when you made that goal, so you made sure you could hit it. I'd rather achieve 80% of a really, really high goal than 100% of a low goal. That's how you expand. As I mentioned today at the gym with my partner, it's expansion day. It's expansion week. Every day should be expansion day. Every day you should be looking to be a better version of you. That means you're expanding. You're able to self-audit, take some self-awareness, and make some self-correction. Because nobody's coming to do the work for you. Only you are going to do the work. I'll help you. I'll help you all the way. But you got to do the heavy lifting. Our team will always show up for you. We love you. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see you later in the week. From our team at Thrive and Beyond the Truck, stay tuned in. We love you. We appreciate you. Be great.